Oh, just another cold open for the show here, huh?
Maybe it'll be interesting this time. I don't know. Maybe you guys can say something.
Well, if you keep your mouth shut, it will be. Go ahead, Will.
It's not supposed to be interesting. It's just an amuse-bouche.
Oh, I speak French. My name's Will. Amuse-bouche.
Yeah, I'm from Canada, so I knew 2 languages, you stupid ass.
Oh, well, can't wait for your next visit to Canada. Hope you like bricks in the face.
Welcome to SmartLess. SmartLess. Would people be interested or repulsed at all if they looked at your search history? Either one of you?
No.
Do you guys get creepy on the internet? Do you get sort of like, well, I can kind of anonymously check out this subculture? Do you guys do any of that?
We should read our search history on an episode.
Huh?
We could do
that would be nice. Actually,
sure.
The other person should read it so that you can't self-edit.
That's true.
Mine is pretty benign. Mine is a lot of Wikipedia holes that I go on that you'd be astonished at how you'd be like, wow, is this guy bored?
Mm-hmm.
Mine is about world events and how it can help and reach out to hundreds of millions of people and offer my advice and my experience in life.
Jason, I'm guessing, by the way, you looked at it, I'm guessing yours would be soy sauce near me. Is that true?
No, why do we always talk about my puffy face? It's probably my fault every morning.
Guys, let's get to it.
Sure.
Do you guys get nervous when it's not your guest? I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, a little bit.
Are you serious? I get nervous when it's my guest.
No, I always get a little nervous. Like, who's this going to be?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to be so excited.
Really?
I love her.
Nervous is probably the wrong word.
No. This person,
I'm guessing it's a her.
this lady is a phenomenal actress. I've been a great admirer
Meryl
of hers
Streep.
for who?
Meryl Streep?
No,
sorry, I
but
thought we were guessing.
Just about.
Okay.
Or just as popular and successful. I've been a great admirer of hers for a long time. She got her start in the business with an acting role in A Time to Kill in 1996.
No way.
You know I loved her in Hidden Figures because it was about NASA.
Oh.
Coincidentally, we both had roles in the international smash hit Win a Date with Tad Hamilton. She is an Academy Award winner, has co-starred, guest starred, and most importantly, starred in a cajillion hit projects, but you absolutely know her and love her for making that shit pie in The Help, my girlfriend, Octavia Spencer.
Octavia! I just worked with Octavia, and didn't we have fun?
Oh, yes. What was the movie again?
This was Thunder Force with our good friend Melissa McCarthy. And
it
was a
How fun was
superhero
that?
type of thing.
It was so fun.
So fun.
We have not worked together. So hello and nice to meet you.
So nice to meet you. I'm a fan.
Well, wait till you meet
I'm
him.
a fan of yours. My God, we're so delighted to have you here.
Yeah, this is so
Golly.
great. You know, we share the same publicist, Octavia, and I'm always asking her, we know who she is, what's Octavia up to? Would she ever want to hang out with me? And I ran into you at a charity event quite a while ago, and I was just like, I couldn't believe I was meeting you. And I've been a fan.
You couldn't believe you were at a charity event.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Did you pull in to ask for directions somewhere? Or?
Yeah. She looked like she had a GPS that was working. Well, it's so nice to have you here, honey.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
I want to start right at the very, very beginning. You come from a huge family like me.
Mm-hmm.
And
Wait, how huge is huge?
7.
Good.
Wow.
God. I'm so
God,
jealous.
7 kids.
That just sounds, I immediately think about all the family holiday gatherings and there's just people running around everywhere. Is that, am I right?
That is quite accurate. And even more people now that people have kids.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
yes. Yeah.
More.
I would love that.
Yeah. You look like it's a stressful experience.
Yeah, let's get into the dirt. Who do you wish
real.
was not there? Who would you like to no longer come to? Yeah,
Oh,
let's go
that's
there.
let's go around the horn. If you could go back, let's name family members we would not like to
Let's
have.
start on your mother's side.
I want to talk about something that's so interesting to me, though. You started in casting,
Oh, wow,
right?
really?
And
Wow.
so I want to know lots of things about that. I want to know, does it make you a better actor? And also, as you're doing it, as you were doing casting and had a voice in choosing maybe if an actor got a part, what's it like knowing that their livelihood depends on choices that you guys discuss behind closed doors? I mean, it's a big decision to cast or not cast somebody in a role.
Well, let me clarify. I never really got to participate in saying who got a job. I was like a reader, and I got to learn
Okay.
through the casting process. But it was one of those things you can't teach. Well, you can teach auditioning technique, but there's a difference in actually being in the room and watching what actors do. And but it was different though, because I worked in the Southeast, and then when I moved out here, things that we did in the Southeast kind of didn't go because we took props in auditions.
Really?
That's taboo.
Really?
Oh my God! I actually gave a friend. I was like, you need to go in there. When I worked in the Southeast. All over, Virginia, Florida,
Alabama, right?
Alabama, all across people would come in with if they were going to be a waitress in a scene, they would have their little notepads or they would have a little phone. And so I had a couple of friends who were like, "You worked in casting? What should I do in this audition?" And Tate Taylor. I'll never get over. He was like, I think testing for a job, and I said, "You got to stand out. You got to stand out from everybody
Sure.
else. You should take a phone." And this was before we had cell phones. I had him pull out one of the phones that had
With the cord on it?
Corded,
The
like a
cord,
corded
just-
phone.
No, it was a long antenna. So we took it out and literally pulled out the antenna and started did his test, poor thing.
And then he got a
did not
phone
get the
call. He got a
job.
phone call
Yeah,
right in the
he
middle of
got
the
a-
audition.
He got a phone call as he was walking to his car. And I learned then never give anybody any pointers.
Dude, you must have seen being a reader. I've done that before as well. I remember once I helped out a casting director years ago on, what was that movie that it was Richard Gere and Edward, Primal Fear.
Primal Fear. I
Yes.
auditioned for that.
Well, they had big, huge casting calls in New York and Chicago and everything. And so you obviously auditioned for that, and I helped in the cattle call in New York. But you must have seen some horror story auditions before. Do you have any? Because I'm going to take this. I'm taking a page out of Sean's one of his books in the back that he hasn't read, and say, what was your worst casting nightmare that you were witness to?
Oh man, the worst.
Or just like like cringeworthy, where you just felt like, oh gosh, I wish I was in here right now.
Yeah.
Oh God.
While you're thinking of one, I have one. I played the piano for auditions for musicals, and I played the piano for Annie, right, for all the kids coming into audition. And I had to play Tomorrow over and over again, right?
my God.
And there's a song called I Know I'm Gonna Like It Here. Do you know that song? I know
Yes.
I'm gonna like it here, and you hold the beat, right? And this girl comes in, and she stands there, and she actually counts the numbers under her breath while she's holding the note. So she goes, I know I'm gonna like it here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh my God.
And she must have been like 6 years old.
Bless her
Oh.
heart.
So funny,
God
bless her heart.
bless it.
God, I wish I would have seen you back then, Sean. What?
Oh,
Tell
God,
me, just
PK.
let me know, what was the hair strategy when you were playing piano in
great
auditions?
Sure. So my hair strategy was just to cut as close to a bowl as I possibly could.
You had a bowl cut?
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
How much were you giving to the company that that made Depp gel? How much money of your money did they get?
Oh no, L'Oreal Spritz. L'Oreal Spritz all the way.
And what about Moose? What happened to Moose? Where did Moose go?
Didn't hold. Moose didn't hold.
It didn't, did it?
Not when you sweat.
Wait, so we've gone through the hair thing. So you're working in casting. What's the moment? Is it one of those great miracle stories? Are you reading and the director is there and says, hang on a second, the reader is the best actor we've had in here today? Is that what happened? Please tell me that's what happened.
It made me want to act because on most of the jobs that we worked on, whenever we were doing the smaller roles, the director would say, I want somebody with a personality or like Octavia. And so I would always get offered these parts that I would politely turn down.
Wow.
Sure.
Oh,
because I was a professional and I couldn't mix it up.
and that just
Sure.
makes them want you more.
Well,
That's
exactly.
what Jason, what do you call that?
Yes.
Sexy indifference.
Sexy
Ooh,
indifference.
Sexy
Yeah.
indifference.
So I'll bet you, having seen everyone come through the door, it made you feel a little bit more confident each time you were on the other side, right? Because
Absolutely.
the imagination goes to a place where like everybody is better than me.
Yes.
In general in life, but then when you see people that come through, like, oh well, I can compete with that. I wish more actors could be on the other side and see that you're plenty talented.
Honey, I have to
Yeah.
tell you that I would recommend it. But now with everything being the way that it is,
Yeah.
people are putting themselves on tape and won't ever get that experience.
Right.
But
Right.
it totally demystified what happened in the room for me.
Mhm.
So, but I would say to anybody that can help cast a student film just to see what different actors do. Because here's the interesting thing: when it's written out in the breakdown in the script and
Cast description,
yeah,
yeah.
all of that, people come in and a lot of people make the exact same choice because
Yeah.
it's worded that such and such does this.
We're looking for a 30 to 40-year-old who is this height and weight or whatever, and this look, and they has to act this way.
Southern
They
and
think
sassy.
they have to fulfill that instead of just bringing themselves.
Bringing
Yeah.
their unique quality
Make a
to the
choice.
process.
Yeah.
Right.
Make a choice.
Yeah.
And I find myself sometimes like thinking, when I'm reading something now, to make sure to make choices that it may be a wrong choice, but just to have something completely unique that no one else will do.
And
Yeah.
that you own, that you're
that-
able
exactly.
to execute. Yeah. Now, when is the last time you auditioned?
Uh, Oh man, it's
been a minute.
I feel like every day is an audition, honestly, but it's been
Yeah.
it's been 10 years.
Yeah.
I'm going to start making choices like, like imagine like a scene where you got to deliver some bad news, but I'm going to just like, well, we just got the report back. It looks like you're not going to make it. And people are gonna be
Honestly,
like, wow.
though, it's
Yeah.
different. It's
Yeah.
different.
It's different.
I used
Yeah.
to sing, there's a song from Les Mis, hold on, that's called Empty Chairs and Empty Tables, where my friends are dead and gone. And I used to
Yeah.
sing it with a huge smile on my face. So wait, Octavia, you said casting made you want to start acting? You had no interest before that and you just got that as a job? Or what was it like as a kid?
Well, I'd always wanted to be a producer, honestly. And I love acting, but, I'm from a very practical household. And my mom would have been supportive had I just said, I want to be an actor. But, she really wanted me to be a doctor or a lawyer. And I'm a germaphobe, so I knew doctoring was not in my future. Because everything anybody came into the room with, I would probably, did I get it? Or oh my God, it's catching. So,
That's me.
no.
Sean's got it. Sean just got it. Just you describing
Just
it.
describe it, and I would get it.
Yeah. You are talking to a couple of world-class germaphobes here with me.
Those
and Sean.
guys, not me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Octavia, tell me let's open up this germophobia thing. What is, because I've got an answer for me. We'll go around the horn. What grosses you out the most? What will you not do because there's too much germ potential? I'll start with mine so that you know what I'm kind of talking about. I will never walk barefoot on a hotel floor.
Wow, that's good.
Ever, never.
Oh gosh, I will never go to very famous theme parks.
You won't even enter the grounds?
I don't think I need to go.
Got it. It's aggressive. Octavia?
I will never sit on a plane
Nice.
without wiping, and I've been doing
I
this
do that
for
too, yeah.
years, wiping everything down.
So definitely the headrest, right? Yep.
The headrest, the hand, anything that my hand has to touch has to be wiped down.
The seat back button, you got to really get that one too.
That's a touch point. Touch point.
I will never have gazpacho soup in October, like after October.
No, very, very
I won't
smart.
do it.
Yeah. Not a lot of people know that one. Yeah.
No, and even if I'm in the south of France, I won't do it. Even if it's warm.
No, what you got to do is because it's cold, so all the bacteria can live. What you got to do is you got to do hot.
No, that's just more. No, it's just more out of a sense of decency.
Yeah.
Now, so I wiped down the plane. I wiped down the seats too as well. That's kind of a newer thing to me. I remember like January 2020 I flew to London right before the lockdown, and I went back and I looked at my search. We were talking about search history before. I looked at my Amazon order history, and I had ordered masks in January 2020. I was so nervous about everything coming around that I was seeing on the news, and I had to fly to London, and I wiped my area down, and I wore a mask, and everybody looked at me like I was crazy. Like, look at this nut job. I was like, I don't give a hell.
And we will be right back. Listener, I hate to interrupt, but I need to let you know that we are brought to you in part by HelloFresh.
Jason, fall is a busy time, and HelloFresh recipes save the time that you'd otherwise spend meal planning or shopping or doing whatever it is you do, like kind of like doing stuff with your hair, like you're always like making it look so perfect. And this is a compliment. I'm saying your hair looks good, but this is time that you could be doing, and so that it saves you time at HelloFresh, so you can get back to doing what matters.
HelloFresh offers 50 menu and market items to choose from every week, Will, from vegetarian meals to calorie-smart choices to extra special gourmet options. There's something for everyone.
That's right. And HelloFresh family-friendly menu is a big win for back-to-school season with easy, delicious recipes for drama-free dinners. And I do want to have a delicious dinner, and I do not want to have a side of drama.
The big news here is that the fall harvest is officially on with HelloFresh. Count on seasonal recipes like pumpkin cinnamon rolls and Friendsgiving-ready sides. They also have high-quality ingredients that travel from the farm to your front door in less than a week.
That's right. They go right from the farm, they travel to your front door, and a lot of the time they walk there.
So listen, listener, I need you to go to HelloFresh.com/SmartLess14 and use code SmartLess14 for up to 14 free meals, including free shipping.
That's right, Jason. That is up to 14 free meals and free shipping when you go to HelloFresh.com/SmartLess14 and use our code SmartLess14.
HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.
Where the hell did you come from?
Hey, what's going on?
We get supported from Liquid IV.
Now, Will, I like to hydrate quite a bit. I drink a lot of electrolytes. I'm probably damaging my body in some way because of how many electrolytes I drink. With Liquid IV, it seems like things could be streamlined a bit more for me.
Well, yes. I mean, look, we're in the thick of summer right now, and we need to be proactive about keeping our bodies hydrated. And like you said, that's something that you're very aware of. And with Liquid IV, just one stick in 16 ounces of water hydrates faster and more efficiently than water alone. And not only that, but the product tastes great, Jason.
Liquid IV contains 5 essential vitamins, more vitamin C, Will, than an orange, as much potassium as a banana, and less sugar than an apple.
And I don't know if you knew this, it's made with clean ingredients. Clean ingredients. And it's non-GMO, vegan, and free of gluten, and of dairy, and of soy.
Unbelievable. So listen, what makes Liquid IV so effective, I ask myself? And the answer would be cellular transport technology.
Yep.
It is the optimal ratio of glucose, sodium, and potassium that delivers water and nutrients into the bloodstream.
I'm going to say my favorite flavor of Liquid IV is watermelon. Look, the point is this. You can grab your Liquid IV in bulk, okay? And I wish that was the end of the sentence, but it's not. You grab it in bulk nationwide at Costco, or you can get 25% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code SmartLess at checkout.
That's 25% off anything you order when you get better hydration today using promo code SmartLess at liquidiv.com.
We get support from GoHenry. So I remember being a younger person and using my credit card for the first time. Now, GoHenry isn't a credit card. It's a kid's debit card, and it's an app. But the feeling I got from using my credit card for the first time, I felt like an adult. I finally understood what it was that money did. And I always wondered what it was like to handle money. Where does it go? Where does it come from? How do you use it? And GoHenry is amazing. It teaches kids all kinds of things about money and the value of money. Teaching your own kids how to be responsible with money doesn't have to be tough. GoHenry makes it easy to teach kids a lifetime of financial skills. GoHenry's debit card for kids and app for parents is an easy, fun way to teach kids good money habits designed to help young people ages 6 to 18 learn about money firsthand and build financial independence. I really wish I had it as a kid. I would have been so far ahead of the game. by now, but I'm doing okay. With GoHenry, they can use their card to make purchases online, in stores, or at an ATM and track spending in real time and set savings goals and make donations, helping them learn to budget and practice generosity. It's simpler than handing cash and allows for boundary setting and flexibility. So get started at GoHenry.com and get 1 free month with promo code SmartLess. That's 1 month free at GoHenry.com, promo code SmartLess.
All right, back to the show.
Wait, I want to go back to now, you did all of this work before the thing that really catapulted you, which was The Help, which you obviously, 75 years later, you were amazing, but just incredible.
Yeah, let us be the first to congratulate you on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, guys.
We've been waiting. You were incredible. You were absolutely incredible,
Absolutely
though.
amazing.
Sean's right.
I love that. I love that movie.
Absolutely incredible.
But you did a book tour with the author, Catherine Stockett. Is that her name?
Yes, yes.
And I read that she didn't feel comfortable reading passages from the book when it came to the African-American characters. So she asked you to come along and tell me what that was like. And is that how you got the role? Because, again, you were, reading, somebody else's words or something.
Yes. Yeah, well, it's very interesting because I met Catherine through Tate, and
Tate's the director, yeah.
Through Tate Taylor, who wrote the screenplay and directed the film, who's a personal friend. Catherine, I think The Help was starting to become like a little wildfire and catch on, and she was very smart in that she knew that it would have been kind of weird to do the dialect. And it was during pilot season, guys. And she paid for me. I'm like, normally you don't miss pilot season, but I thought, I love this character. I love this book. And I just said, I'm going to go do this. And we drove around on her book tour for like 3 weeks.
Wow.
And it was like we were the band driving into town.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
How unusual that, and how cool. And then, especially considering what it turned into and turning into this great film and to, incredible acclaim. What a great piece of that story for you to be able to really be a part of the process so early on.
Oh, it was important. The other thing that people probably don't know is that The Help was made into a radio play in the UK. And because of my association with Catherine, and because I had done the book on tape, they asked me if I would come and do the radio play, which I'd never done that. And I did. It was very interesting. It was very interesting to do a radio play.
That doesn't sound positive. That doesn't sound
no,
positive.
No.
Let's hear about that.
It was fun. But when all you have is the audio and people don't get to see you, I was just so used to people seeing me that I thought, am I going to convey this? So it was like just over-exaggerating stuff. And oh, man.
It is a weird thing.
Welcome to our world. People are so happy that our podcast that they don't have to see us anymore. It turns out
they rave about it.
Our audience has been exhilarated to not have to look at us.
No.
Well, Octavia, you work so much. What is it that you are not able to do because you're working all the time that you wish you had more time to do that is not acting?
I literally, and the one thing that the pandemic made us do is take time, but I didn't actually get to take the time that I would have liked to with my family in Alabama.
Okay.
I have nieces and nephews, and I feel, with your friends, if you're on the road so much, and I know all of my friends' first children, it's in these past few years that they've had, second kids that are growing up and have personalities. I feel the same way about my nieces and nephews. So it's making me take time to really just spend more time
I love
family.
Yeah, that's interesting. You do that. I can identify with that. That idea that like your friends have a kid and you go, that's so great, and you kind of get to know the kid. And by the time they have the second kid, you're like, yeah, I already gave attention to your first kid. What do you want? Now you want equal? You want me to give equal?
I don't have that kind of time.
What are you talking about?
No, wait, but Octavia, now that you've lived in Los Angeles for many years, do you miss the more, I'm guessing what you're saying, like quieter, simple life that was Alabama? And do you ever see yourself going back there when you retire, which I hope you never do, but...
Well, I have since my family's there, I have a home there, but I'm also, building a home in another southern state, just because I miss a lot of trees. I miss I miss the surroundings. So since my friends are in this very rural area, it's kind of our retirement enclave. It's so weird. I'm building a house there just so that I am surrounded by,
I get it.
What we all run away from is what we run back to eventually. And I
Sure.
miss that.
What are you running away from?
Well, I ran away from trees. I wanted more buildings and cars. And now it's like, I want trees. So
Yeah. Sean, what are you running away from?
Myself, everywhere I go.
Yeah.
Got it?
can't laugh at
Jason.
you guys.
Is that why you removed all the mirrors in your house?
Yep.
Yeah. Did you not know that, Will?
No.
Took them all out.
Octavia, I want to talk about going to the Oscars. So when you went to, was The Help the first time you went to the Oscars?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you won, which is great. And what was it like when you first got there? Like, there are people who have gone so many times. And what was your perspective of the first time you went there and, like, drank it all in and looked around? Was there anything funny about it that you noticed? Like, that's so weird that they do that, or I didn't know they did that, or anything like that?
You know what was really calming and wonderful is that I got to be invited to the Oscars along with, one of my oldest friends, Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah.
And Jessica Chastain had become a very close friend. And then Jim Rash and Nat Faxon, I knew them through the Groundlings.
Jim
and
Rash
Melissa.
is the best.
I
I
love
love it.
Jim.
I love those
And
guys.
Nat. I love those
They're all
guys.
great.
Sean,
Yeah,
you
they're
don't
all
like
great.
Nat Faxon.
No,
Got it.
I love
okay,
them
so,
all.
No, we got it. Go ahead.
I
Octavia.
love Jim and Nat. I like both
I
those
can't
guys a
laugh
lot.
at you
I'm on the
guys.
record. I'm on the record as saying I love both of them equally.
Well, we got to go together, and it was just important because it kept it all real, and it was funny. We'd all see each other and go, "Oh my God, they let us in!" So
right.
it was. Can you believe it? Oh man! But it made it so relatable because it was all of our dreams, and we got to be there to experience it with each other.
Yeah.
And then I've been lucky enough to be there when Allison Janney won, and got to see Emma nominated again. Got to be there when Viola won again. I got to be there when Jessica was nominated again, and so I felt got to be there when Melissa was nominated again. There's something really wonderful when you get to take that. Have that experience with other people that you love and that love you, and it just it takes some of that grandeur and the overwhelming
Excitement.
Yeah, it's wonderful, but it's humbling.
Right.
Yeah.
What did you think about the whole red carpet of it all? That sea of photographers and
The thing that people don't know about me, this is a huge reveal. I have huge, and I still have anxiety. I have real anxiety about red carpets. I love to dress up. I love to do interviews, but I don't like to do interviews and dress up and have flashing cameras and a big throng of people.
Yeah.
So every time you see me on a red carpet, there's always like this. It's like, why is she always shining? It's because I literally have anxiety. So when you imagine the longest red carpet in the world.
yeah. It just goes on forever, but I mean, it's a really odd thing to. I remember when Arrested Development went to, I think it was the Golden Globes was the first thing that we went to, right, Will? And I remember Michael Cera had never been to a red carpet thing, and he was like, he had been saying to a couple of us like, well, what do we So what do we do? Do you just keep walking? And I think I was like, no, you walk and you stop and they take some pictures of you, and then you walk again and stop and they take some pictures. He goes, okay, and like, how do you figure out which camera to look at? Well, you just keep kind of moving your eyes around a little bit. He's like, okay, good. So a couple of days later we go, and he's waiting his turn to go walk on the red carpet, and in front of him is
Wait, don't blow it. Don't blow it. Don't blow it.
I'm not.
Can I just finish because you're about to blow the?
Am I? Go ahead. Let's hear it, Will. You.
Could you almost mentioned the name? He's walking
Yeah,
there.
well,
and
that's part of the joke. But let's go ahead.
They were going, Michael.
No.
They were going.
No, you're doing it backwards.
Okay, you go ahead.
I'm telling you.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, you keep.
So
going.
in front of him is Sarah Jessica Parker, and behind of him is Michael Douglas. And so they're walking along and they're going, Michael, Sarah, Michael, Sarah.
Oh,
and
my
he had no
God.
idea which way to look. So Will, in your telling, you would say,
You're telling the joke backwards. He's walking along and he says,
Okay.
just keep going as they call your name. And he keeps hearing them go, Michael, Sarah. And he's thinking, oh my God, this is incredible. Michael, Sarah. And then he looks on either side of him. One side is Michael Douglas and the other side is Sarah Jessica Parker. That's how you tell a joke.
That's
Let's go
better.
to a commercial. Because that was fucking embarrassing. Let's go to a fucking commercial.
we'll take a breath.
Wait, now,
You're right.
Octavia-
You're right. Will, you're right.
Hey, it's great to be here on Jason's first day in showbiz. This is fun.
This is why I don't write,
When you have something as big as The Help, and then you start getting offers, and your career starts opening up and getting bigger and bigger, and people are noticing how talented you really are, and you're invited into that kind of status. Well, look at Will. What's going on?
Jason
He's
knows.
just all pumped up because he was right. He loves being right.
And you're now in this league of for lack of a grosser word, legitimized as an actor. You were before, but for some reason, people see you differently in this business now. And do you
Legitimated.
What's that?
The correct word is legitimated. Okay.
Yeah,
just so you know.
legitimated.
Like I'm gonna try to be right. I'm just gonna keep being wrong. Go ahead.
Do you have to now
Legitimified.
Yeah.
So you have to now navigate making more difficult decisions as far as representatives, deal making, just the business side of that.
Did you fire all your agents?
No, that's not what I meant. But how do you navigate up that ladder?
You know what? I've been very fortunate in that the majority of the people that are with me have been with me since the beginning of this whole journey from
That's great.
obscurity to people. Some people know my name, and so I feel like I've had good guidance, and I have not felt the need because they know me and they know the things that excite me, the things that I am too safe with that I need to push beyond and challenge myself. Oh God, I'm doing that right now, singing and dancing. Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
You're doing a musical right now?
I'm doing a musical, guys.
Are you doing the
my-
movie with Will and Ryan?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
my
That's
God.
great.
We should just go to Boston because
Yeah.
they're all up there. We should
We've
be
literally
doing
interviewed everybody in that show.
let's just go up there
You
next
should
week.
come, guys. And it's
Yeah.
with Sean Anders. I mean, directing. And I just feel very lucky that the reason I am not a one-hit wonder and went out on a high note with The Help is that I have wonderful partnerships and representation. Melissa Cates and everybody at Viewpoint. I mean, I feel
That's
like
our publicist.
our publicist, and I feel like the guidance is there and they understand me. So I feel very lucky.
That's great.
Yeah, you must feel, and I feel like you get all the attention. Sean doesn't get anything. Is that right? Because I would do that if I was your publicist. I would give it all to you,
All of my press goes to Octavia.
and then I'd be looking at my phone. I'd be like, oh, it's Sean. Hey, what?
hey, what's
We're mistaken for each other, Sean and
all
I.
the time? I had $1. So, what is the role that you've always wanted that you didn't get? Is there a part that you auditioned for, or you heard that was maybe going to be offered, but you didn't get it? Or
Oh, honey, this is the absolute. I have always been obsessed with Kevin Costner. He's one of those actors that I've seen everything he's done, and
Wow.
I had played so many nurses in Hollywood that there was a movie that he did called Dragonfly, and there was a nurse. He was a doctor, and his wife was killed in a foreign country, and he had to go. He was going back to get her remains, and found out that he literally had a child that he didn't know about, and it was so amazing. And they brought me back so many times to play his nurse who had all these scenes with Kevin. And it was after like the fifth time I'm thinking, I have it. I honestly thought, in those horror films when people are so afraid or they're so angst-ridden that they're in the shower and they're just so upset that they cry and slide down the back of the shower.
Right.
When I found out I didn't get that part, I was like, I'm okay. I take a shower. And as I'm in the shower, I just slide down the back wall.
Oh, no.
And what pulled me out of it, guys, is that my towel got stuck in the drain and literally the water was rising up and it snapped me out of it because it was about to overflow.
You went full Karen Silkwood. You know, one time I auditioned, I had a callback with Kevin Costner. Did I ever tell you guys this? Years ago. And I was in New York for that movie called The Postman.
Mm-hmm.
And so the night before I'd gone for some sushi.
Oh.
And
so you're a little puffy.
That was the least of my problems back then. And so I get home about 3 a.m. I wake up and I am throwing and going.
Oh.
And it's just everything. Jesus. And I'm in bad shape. I end up going to the hospital.
Now you are losing water weight. Sorry, keep going.
Now I'm losing. Jason's looking at the glass being half full. He's like, lucky. Oh, lucky. So I end up going to like NYU Medical Center, and they put me on they give me sort of put me on a bag, and
a sodium drip, and now you're gaining water weight. Keep going.
So I just like can barely keep it together, but I've got this huge callback at the Essex House Hotel on Central Park South in New York, and I go up there. And I remember it was like the dead of summer, like the middle of summer, super hot. I'm sweating, and I'm like, I can't be more than 5 feet from a bathroom at this point. and I come in to talk to Kevin Costner, and I sit down really gingerly.
Sure. Oh, you're sore.
Mm-hmm. I'm sore, and there's more coming, and I'm like, nice to meet you. I'm really excited. And he's like, okay, let's see. We start to read, and he goes, let's get this on its feet, huh? And I'm thinking, oh, God.
Oh, Jesus.
Kevin, I've torn something.
Just don't shit yourself in front of Kevin Costner. Don't shit yourself in front of Kevin Costner. And
Did you get through it?
I got through it. It was terrible because I was a wreck, and I'd been up all night. I'd been in the hospital. I was sweating. Nice to meet you. And of course, I did not get the part.
Good luck with the project, guys. Yeah.
Anyway, Kevin, if you're out there, I love you, buddy. SmartLess is supported by Vuori Clothing.
Vuori is a fresh perspective on performance apparel. Everything is designed to work out in, but doesn't look or feel like it.
No, these pieces are designed to perform while still looking great. They'll take you from the gym to the coffee shop or whatever errands you have that day, whether it's telling Scotty to come get the dog because the dog's crying.
Yeah, the dog is just crying.
I mean, that's something you're wearing your Vuori shorts right now.
I am. I have them on right now.
You have them on right now. And the thing that you're most active in right now is opening the door so the dog can get out and telling Scotty to come get the dog so the dog doesn't make noise while we record, right?
And if I didn't have Vuori on, I would be exhausted from opening that door.
That's right. And another thing that we love, Vuori is reducing and offsetting 100% of their plastic footprint from 2019 and beyond. 100%, Sean.
That's all of the percents.
Yeah, it's just so much. And they make so much more stuff. You love the core short.
I love the shorts. And I got a jacket because you got the jacket.
And you got the jacket because I got it. And then they got the men's poncho short. And then for women, they've got it. Forget it. They got the daily legging and the performance jogger. And
Vuori is an investment in your happiness, guys. For our listeners, they're offering 20% off your first purchase. Get yourself some of the most comfortable and versatile clothing on the planet at vuori.com/smartless. That's VUORI.com/smartless.
Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, you'll also get free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns.
Go to vuori.com/smartless and discover the versatility of Vuori clothing. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. Hey everyone, is there something interfering with your happiness or preventing you from achieving your goals? I know for me, I've actually sought help in the past when feeling like this, and everybody knows how trying these last couple of years have been on everybody. So there's an answer for that, and it's BetterHelp. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist who you can start communicating with in under 48 hours. It's not a crisis line. not self-help. It's professional therapy done securely online, and it's available for clients worldwide. You can log into your account anytime and send a message to your therapist. You'll get timely and thoughtful responses. Plus, you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions. BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches, so they make it easy and free to change therapists if you need to. It's more affordable than traditional online therapy, and financial aid is always available. BetterHelp wants you to start living a happier life today. So visit betterhelp.com/smartless. That's better, H-E-L-P, and join the over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. In fact, so many people have been using BetterHelp that they're recruiting additional therapists in all 50 states. Special offer for SmartLess listeners: get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/smartless. This episode of SmartLess is brought to you in part by Policy Genius. Summer's almost over, guys, and responsibility is about to rear its ugly head. Get ahead of reality and get life insurance done now. With Policy Genius, you can get free quotes in minutes. Policy Genius makes it easy to compare quotes from over a dozen top insurers all in one place. Why compare? You could save 50% or more on life insurance, about $1,300 more per year, by comparing quotes with Policy Genius. The licensed experts at Policy Genius work for you, not the insurance companies. It's kind of like Jason and Will work for me, and anyway, you get it. So you can trust them to help you navigate every step of the shopping and buying process. That kind of service has earned Policy Genius thousands of 5-star reviews across Trustpilot and Google. And eligible applicants can get covered in as little as a week thanks to an award-winning policy option that swaps the standard medical exam requirement for a simple phone call. Boom, done after one phone call. Head to policygenius.com/smartless to get started right now. Policy Genius. When it comes to insurance, it's nice to get it right.
And now, back to the show.
Octavia, how did the Kevin fascination start? What hooked you?
I think the first thing that I ever saw of his was Dances with Wolves.
Sure.
And the fact that he wore all those hats, and it was so...
John Dunbar.
John Dunbar.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Oh man, I just love that movie. And then he's gorgeous, and to get to meet him, he's such he's a good guy. So, but it's when you meet a person that moves you, and you're like, oh my God, I got to see everything.
Wait, wasn't he in Hidden Figures?
He was in Hidden Figures, and he and I
so
also
you got to work with him.
I got to work with him twice. We did a movie together called Black or White. And,
wait, that's Mike Binder's movie.
Mike Binder, yeah.
Yeah, he's a friend of the court.
Does Kevin know that you're a security risk?
Well, I tried to keep that from him, but let me tell you, when I got the call to do Black or White, I was driving from Beverly Hills, and I'm the worst driver, guys, anyway. But I'm driving, and they're like, he and I had the same agent at the time, and he was calling to tell me about the role and offer me the role and Black or White. And I'm thinking, oh, yeah, Kevin Costner's going to call me. And I'm driving, and all of a sudden, my phone rings, and it's not a phone number I recognize. I pick up, and it's like, Octavia, it's Kevin. I'm like, oh, God, I got to concentrate because I'm about to lose signal. I pull over, like, it was so crazy. But he's still, he's a good... It was just fun to get to work with him, and because
the man has some presence, doesn't he?
He definitely does.
And he's the definition of classically handsome too, isn't he?
He's classically handsome and classically generous too, guys.
Yeah,
right?
I love that.
A hell of a
Very
director.
generous.
Yeah.
I love that. Now, is it true, Octavia, are you I'm going to get this right or wrong, are you the most nominated African-American actress of all time?
No, I think that would be Viola Davis this year with, oh God.
Did she just surpass you?
So it was until this
Yes.
year? Uh-huh.
No, I think she and I were tied. We were tied.
That's pretty awesome.
And
That's pretty great.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
That's crazy. That's crazy. The most nominated. That's incredible.
Well, now you get another one for the singing and the dancing too,
Ooh, honey, I would just love, like, my scalp is the only thing that's sweating and losing weight. It's the thinnest thing on the body. All this dancing, I'm like, come on, God.
What's the dancing like? Is that so? Did you have to train for it before you guys started? Are you training right now? Like, what's
I'm
that
training
like?
right now. I'm just trying to keep it all flowing. It's just not my body. I don't have rhythm, and just moving from here to like right there and I'm pointing maybe a foot away or like, I can do it, but I just don't have that kind of movement, and to do it and sing at the same time is, it's challenging, but really, really fun.
How are you dealing with that nasty prick, Ryan Reynolds? I mean, he just...
He's a nasty piece of business.
Yeah, he just must just wreck the vibe on the set. And
he's not a friend. He's not a friend of the
Worst
show.
reputation.
And that negative Will Ferrell. I mean,
guys,
it's just always so,
It's tough,
come on,
it's tough.
turn it upside down. Let's turn it into a smile.
See, I would say this, and I reserve this for only a few people, but Will Ferrell is a grade A-hole.
Yeah, we'll cut that out. But
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna tell him
do
you
not
said
cut
that
it
because
out.
I don't want to start none, and I don't want there to be none.
because he's also very violent. A lot of people don't know how violent he
make
is.
make a clip of it, and I want to mail it to his house.
Yeah. But you're going to get through it. You'll get through it, Octavia.
Ooh, I'm going to deny all aspects of this, guys, because
Octavia, so what I want to ask you is, so you mentioned Jim Rash and Nat Faxon and, of course, Melissa and all these groundlings. So forgive me, were you a groundling? Did you start in sketch comedy?
No, I took classes at the Groundlings,
Okay.
but I would go because Tate Taylor, he did go through the whole 4 years,
Right.
and I met Ben and Melissa and Nat, all of those guys. I would go and watch them, every Sunday.
Right,
and,
of course.
and it was the best, and so we all became friends.
Were you friends with Dax too?
Dax, I got to meet
Yeah.
Dax. It's funny. It's a
Wow.
small world.
I know, it's so small, so small.
So you seem to be living the dream of doing everything you've always wanted. You're constantly working, which is like,
Yeah.
oh my God, this is happening. I'm an actor. I've always wanted to be an actor. Not am I only an actor now, but I'm like one of the most famous actors on the planet. And what do you do to balance yourself out so it's not all work all the time? Or is that really what makes you happy?
And by the way, Sean's looking for a roadmap because he doesn't do anything other than work. So he's looking. This is more like a suggestion for him.
Please help me.
I'm a bit of a workaholic, and I'm trying to not be. I'm trying to pump those brakes because when people say it's been 10 years since The Help, and I'm like, it's been 10 years. I've been doing this for at that pace for that long. It's a little terrifying, but I think that's well, I don't think. I know that's one of the life lessons that I learned during the pandemic, to be able to or to make sure that I have a work-life balance.
Yeah.
Because I really love working. I just love it.
Yeah. I get
But
it.
life is also important.
But do you travel and stuff? Like, do you go like, I'm going to finish this job and I'm going to take time and I'm going to go to Europe or whatever? Like, is that your thing?
Well, you know what's funny is I always say, I'm going to after this, I'm going to go take some time to travel. And I always make this declaration, I'm done working after this, guys. After this job, I'm done working for the year. And then someone comes along with a great project and you're like, well, and so the next thing you know, another 9 months has passed.
Yeah.
And so that's been the situation, quite honestly. But that's one of the reasons why I'm making sure to get back to my roots and see some trees and some grass growing and go to friends' houses and hang out. It's just important to do that.
And does it matter to you whether it's comedy or drama? Do you like being funny or serious more?
Let me tell you something. You guys are comedic geniuses and you make it look really, really easy. Comedy is much more difficult than drama to me. And so my hat is off to people who can move through both worlds. But I like learning the world of comedy and getting to watch people. Jason, I'm telling you, it was such an honor because I think you're one of those people who you can do everything. And to get to watch you effortlessly do comedy. No, I listen, honey, this is not anything that I've not said behind your back.
Don't worry, we're going to cut this. You're
going to cut all of this out.
Yeah, we're not going to let this go out.
Just watching you in your element, I learned so much. You never overplayed.
You look past the crab arms.
Those crab arms
they didn't
were
distract
delicious.
you.
They were delicious.
It's just sumptuous. It's beautifully cooked.
Oh yeah, you had
properly
crab arms in that film.
Yeah, and my character was pissed off about it. How
Oh,
could
that's
you
right,
how could
yeah.
you get a superhero power and it be crab arms?
It'd be crab.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
the best. It made me hungry, though. It made me
Yeah, no.
hungry
You and
all
me
the
both.
time.
That
That's
was
very
fun.
sweet. We all feel the same way about each other, actually. All
Yeah.
four of us on today's show, yeah?
Yeah, you
It's a
guys
lot of
are
love.
brilliant.
It's a lot of love.
Octavia, and
Oh yes. Sorry, yes.
all that with all that's going on, thank you for taking an hour out of your busy schedule to be here with us today.
Very nice.
Really
of
means
you.
a
Oh,
lot.
my gosh.
Please.
Very sweet.
It's an honor, and it was so hard for me to not reveal that I was on early. And I don't know if you guys heard me giggling in the background while you in your opening. It was just like, oh God, I'm gonna spoil this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Please tell Ryan and Will and Sean to stick it in their ass for us. Okay?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
will.
Thank you.
And if they laugh, say keep it dead and say they mean it.
They mean it.
I'm gonna sell it, guys. I'm gonna sell
Okay,
the
good.
joke.
Great.
I love you, my
Gosh,
dear.
thank you, Octavia. What a
Thank
pleasure
you.
to meet you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
God bless you guys, and take care.
Bless you too, hon.
Thanks, Octavia. Bye.
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 She did the laptop shut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's she's only the second one that's done that.
Second one.
Best way to do it.
It's a nice having you and a pleasant goodbye.
Yeah.
And then just shut it.
Yeah. It's like she's a little pearl in an oyster shell and she just closes it back up.
It doesn't feel the need to like hang around after and go like, "Hey guys, yeah,
Hey,
that was
guys,
great.
yeah.
I was glad that I was able to introduce you to my my talk show character." and then now we can say bye for real.
Yeah. No.
Which is why what I always liked about Letterman, because you do Letterman.
What the fuck am I looking at right now?
Sorry, I took my shoe off for a second. It's my Vans.
It's one of his shoes. It's a Van shoe.
And I was just making a point that you know when you go to Letterman, he didn't do a lot of there wasn't a lot of small talk.
Not a lot of commercial chit chat. Yeah.
Yeah, the commercial chit chat.
yeah,
was,
when you go to commercial, Dave would.
Yeah.
Carson would light up a cigarette. He'd sit there, light up a cigarette, and watch Doc play in the band.
Really?
right in his seat there,
Yeah, during the commercial break.
right on the stage.
Just fire up a butt.
No
When
way.
I was when I first moved to LA and I went to a taping of Jay Leno, I was shocked. I was wondered what they do during commercial breaks, right? And I'm sitting in the
Right.
audience, and the host and the guest never talk really. They just sit there next to each other.
Because you had just come from a taping of Price is Right? Because you did like every show when you.
And you were like, I would just watch Rod Righty. He has so much fun with everybody. And like,
Come
why-
on down.
So then I go to Leno and I go, God, Sean.
Here's what I like about Octavia. Here's what I
Okay.
love about Octavia.
Yeah.
She seems like an actor's actor, right? So
Yeah, she sure does.
from the outside, I always think like certain actors or actresses, they just like become famous, and I don't understand like where they came from. But Octavia really worked her ass off to become who she is, and we all kind of have the same circle of friends. And it's like, oh, she just seems like very of actors.
I agree.
Yeah, and there's also, you could tell that she's exactly who she is today, who she was back
Yeah.
in the day, as opposed to some people get famous and they go, oh, I'm famous now. I can unzip this suit and zip on this one, and now I'm this guy, and everybody better fucking stand back.
Right.
And we've talked about it. The three of us have. We know people who fame has changed them, and not necessarily for the better.
Looking at two of them.
Yeah. Like that
Right.
fucking Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell.
Right.
I mean, Jesus Christ,
They
those
keep
two.
failing upwards.
God damn
Obviously,
it.
Ryan and Will.
They
And thank
slipped
God.
right through.
You know what? I'm glad they're in a movie together now because maybe they'll cancel each other out. You know
Boy,
what I mean?
from your lips.
I know. But you're right. You're right. That Octavia does seem to have, and maybe it's also a product of the fact that she did work for so long in casting and was a reader, so she knows what it's like, and having that sort of sense of. I mean, the three of us know what it's like. And Jason, you grew up doing this, but still, you know what it's like when things aren't going great.
I was struggling. I got a couple of real heartbreaking callbacks for a Golden Graham spot that I really, really wanted.
Is that true?
No, I actually booked that one.
No, but you did. You had some lean years though. In all truth,
plenty of them.
And Sean, you know what that's like. It gives you perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. As soon as I would get so nervous in casting, though, like going for auditions. As soon as I got in there, I'd say hello, and I would want to tail it out of there. Bye, tail it out of there.
No.
fucking fired.
You're on your own. You're on an island, and that's not the end of the show.
On fire.
You're off the fucking. That was so
Damn it.
embarrassing.
Burn your mic and shut
By
your
the way,
laptop.
Jason, I mean this as both a compliment.
Here it comes.
And
now
you
here
might take
comes
it
Will's.
the wrong
Will's going to
way,
take a
but
shot
this-
at it right here.
Initially, it's a
Yeah, here
compliment.
it comes.
But it's safe to say that these, for you, are not the lean years,
You know, what are they?
both professionally and the way.
Instead, they are.
These are not your lean years.
No.
Because you're doing so well, is what I
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah.
Because you're doing so well.
And
You know what I mean?
it's like I am. Is there not a buy going
I
in
know.
there?
Just I'm waiting for the.
I thought you were teeing yourself up.
No.
I mean, basically, I'm taking a big bite out of the.
Bye.
No. We don't have it yet. We don't have it
We
yet.
don't have it. We didn't
We
earn
don't
it.
have
We
it.
didn't earn
We don't
it.
have it.
Thought mine
No.
was good.
Yeah. No.
No, yours was terrible.
You know,
bad.
That was one of the worst, and we're
That was
keeping
one of
that
the worst
in.
ones. That was one of the worst.
And we're keeping it in.
we should cut that one.
Nope.
No, we're not going to cut it. Are you out of your fucking mind?
No. We're
Thank
gonna
you.
keep it.
We're keeping
We're gonna keep it. We're going to sit here and we're going to keep talking until somebody comes up with an idea and tries to gently braid it into the conversation.
Yeah.
So again, Octavia, fantastic.
Yeah.
Incredible. She's there in Boston. I'm throwing out, options for you guys. Sean,
Sure.
stop writing ideas down.
Yeah, stop writing ideas.
come up
Put
with-
your
you
fucking
can't try
Trying
pen
to come
down.
up with something that rhymes with high.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Do you guys need help?
No, we don't need help.
No. We
fucking
don't need any
Bennett.
fucking help.
God, well, just let us sink.
So imagine what she's doing today. She's up there. She's up there. She's enjoying her life. She's making a musical.
Yeah, go well.
She's up there in Boston. It's a nice sunny day.
Sure.
And she might just get along the Charles River
Yeah,
and
what
just go
happens?
on one of those beautiful bike trails.
Sickles,
We've used that one
trails.
before.
Did we?
Bike.
Sean, you just went bike.
That was terrible.
Okay, you know what? Here's this. I'll tell you what. This has been the worst attempt to enter the show.
Real
And-
sloppy ending.
Really sloppy. And you know what? It's left me with a taste in my mouth as my mouth is full of bile.
Acceptable.
Bile.
Definitely acceptable.
Bile.
Bile, you guys.
Bile.
Bile.
Smart. Less.
SmartLess is 100% organic and artisanally handcrafted by Rob Armjarv, Bennett Barbaco, and Michael Granteri. The next episode will be out in a week wherever you listen to podcasts, or you can listen to it right now early and ad-free on Amazon Music or by subscribing to Wondery Plus in the Wondery app.
Smart. Less.